The agenda, what did we want to talk about? The mountains plans for the outdoor center?
Yeah, we can talk about that. A couple things, the golf course and the outdoor center. The Sugarloaf Mountain has made a proposal to the town to do a significant project at the outdoor center, and it is with some controversy. The project is about $2.4 million. The town would be in it for 1.3, and Sugarloaf maybe 800,000, something of that nature. But basically, what the project entails is putting a roof over the skating rink at the outdoor center, which has long been needed and wanted. Really has.
No, that's not controversial.
That's not
controversial
at all. Maybe a lighted snowshoe trail. Also, and some snowmaking, maybe on 2 kilometers of the race trail that we built.
That's a big ticket item. It's been wanted forever, but the reason why it hasn't happened is because it's super expensive.
Yeah, these are, and of course, then the other piece to this thing that's controversial is they want to build a tubing park down there, 200 or 300 feet wide by 600 feet long, more or less. And we've heard a lot of comments from folks that are concerned about that. The Board of Selectmen, the Select Board has said that, look, we respect the fact that Sugarloaf is making this proposal, and they deserve a right to go in front of the town and hear this thing out and see where the discussion goes. So that's where we are right now, and I think this would be a 2023 project if it moves forward. So we'll see where the discussion goes. I do want to say that we do want to tell folks that to continue to be engaged with this, and that what we'll do is we're going to set up something either on the town's website or an email list for those folks that want to make sure that they're up to date on this proposal at all times, and to get them on an email list so that we're being as transparent as possible, and everybody can have an opportunity for input, for public input. And there'll be a lot of notices, you know.
Will that be decided by the town's voters or by the selectmen?
It would ultimately have to be approved by the town's voters. That's absolutely correct, if it gets that far. And again, what we're trying to, you know, we're going to have a public process and give folks an opportunity to hear the proposal and see where things go. And I think, you know, all those people that had a lot of concerns about this, and please be respectful and understand that, you know, that we need a public process, and the Select Board is in a tough position here, and they feel very strongly that this at least should get a public hearing, a public airing out, and that the town can then decide.
Yeah.
There's some good components to this project.
Stay
tuned. There's some good components to this project. Just, you know, so you know, let's hope we can find something that works.
Yeah. Think we'll have town meeting in March, hopefully?
I think so, as of right now.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
We have a highly vaccinated town. That should work in our favor.
It should work in our favor, you know. We'll see where all that goes, but that's the plan, and it would be in March, and probably at the outdoor center, but maybe other arrangements, but you know.
That's a long ways off.
It's a long ways off, and we'll see where this thing's going, but yes, exactly.
So while we're talking about the mountain, on the mountain, par 3 golf course. Me not being a golfer, what does that mean?
Well, it's an interesting...
An easy golf course?
Yeah, well, easier, I guess, and I'm not sure that's the right terminology.
Is it full of 18 holes or 9 holes?
Well, it'll be 9 holes, and so this is something that's a new trend in very prominent golf resort communities, and you know, largely throughout the United States, really. Some of these prominent golf courses now have these par 3 courses. And it does a number of things. It provides an opportunity, especially for beginer golfers.
Which our course is not really all
not really set up for beginner golf courses. No, it's it's an extremely difficult golf course. Ask anybody who's played there. So it does that. It also provides an opportunity for junior golfers. And just adds a fairly large, you know, amenity to what we offer here, and it takes some of the pressure off the 18-hole course. They had a lot of number of rounds this year at the golf course. They're doing very well this year. Yeah. We haven't seen this in a few years, so it's been great. It really has. They've had a great year. So this would be a project that probably 2023, again, the town would need to approve it. There'd be some financing put in place.
Where's the location they're talking about?
Right adjacent to the golf course itself.
Between the golf course and the access road?
And the golf in West Mountain Road, yes.
West Mountain Road.
From the kind of from the practice tee area.
Back up?
Back up.
Okay.
Yeah. So the concept would be for Sugarloaf to donate the land, about 20 acres, which is it's got a lot of development potential. The town would be a significant partner, if not most of the financing would come from the town. The town would own the asset. This is also adjacent to, or very close to, Sugarloaf's West Mountain Development Project. That project, when fully developed, because it would take some time to do that, but as proposed, it's in front of, or they're going through the permitting process now, would be almost 20 housing units, which would add a significant amount of new property tax revenue to the town of Carrabassett Valley. In fact, several times more in terms of a number than
But that's the high rent district. So,
yeah, but the number would be significantly more than the debt service due on a potentially $3 million Par 3 golf course. So there's lots of ways to look at this, but the town's Greens Committee, John Beaupre is the chairperson of that committee, is very much in favor of this. I mean, it's going to take a lot of planning. Sugarloaf right now is spending all the upfront money for all of the permitting and the conceptual planning for this project. So that's been on their nickel. So I think it stands a pretty good chance personally, but we'll see how that. Again, there'd be public hearings on this as this thing moves forward. But I think there seems to be a lot of support for it. So, yeah.
That's when you put together the numbers of what's added to the tax base, that's why you can see why the town works with the mountain on so many projects.
It's been an amazing model here for a long time.
We're very intertwined.
Very intertwined for good reasons.